So now the answer is 5. So let's go to example 2. You understand this one? So when you have to minus 3500 minus 35005, we want to know how much ego note here. We want to know how much it increased to. So that is, we have to say that price increased with what? 5 difference, with 5 pips different. So 5 pips. Your entry point, you enter the trade at this. Okay, let's say this level now. Let's say this level. Look at the right side. This is the number you enter the trade. 677.40, and you are existing from here. The difference, you have to minus this from this to give you your pip. That is exactly what we did here. You have to minus this from this to give you what you are looking for. You have to minus this. You have to minus this from this to give you what you are looking for. This minus this give you what the pip value. So entry minus this price. When we say Euro USD has increased to from 1.3500 to 1.3505, it means that we moved up in what? By 5 pips different. That is for that. So let's give another example of this. Example 2. Let's give example 2 of this. So let's say Euro USD decreased. Let's say Euro USD. You guys know what Euro USD now? Euro and dollar are joined together. That make up a pair. Euro USD decreased. Decreased from, let me use, I need a simple number. 1.3400 to 1.350. Let me make this 1.350. Okay, so we are trying to find the difference now. So here now we are trying to find the difference of this. How many pips did this move from this to this? Let us remember that we say that the pip here is the what? 4th digit. This number and what? This number. This number and what? This number. The 4th digit, this number and this number. So we want to know how many move it decreased. Simple. What we are just going to do is 3400 minus 3350. You understand? The numbers after the decimal point minus the number after the decimal point until we get to the 4th number. So this is just what you are going to do. This, you're just going to minus this from this. Your entry point, assuming your entry point is 1.3, and you want to know the where you, like the point you entered to the point you are going out. You want to know how many pip it moved. Just minus, that's your entry. Calculate it. You have to minus your entry from your what? Exit point. You are selling down to a point. You want to know how much is decreased to. Minus your entry minus from the where you are going out or where you want to go out. That is to know how many pips you are going to be going on a particular trade. How many pips you are going to be going. So a pips is what we they use. Now what will they use calculate and how much will they get. Now pips will they use as see how many pips this market to go today on. Now that pips how much will they get. Now waiting be the pips. Understand? We get waiting be pipette. Pipette is the smallest unit. It's not that value. It's not that valuable. It's the smallest unit of a pip or 10 points of a pip. That is the pipette. So we are going to still do that one on a. You are going to still write that one on a note. So here being the case, what is the answer for this? If you minus it now, what is the answer? The answer should be equals to 50. We decrease with 50 pips. 50 pips. We decreased with 50 pips. This one should be This one should be 5 pips. 5 pips. Sorry for the S that I'm putting there. So that should be 5 pips. So I want you to just calm down and copy this and listen to this video teaching now, so you understand it well. Most of the mentors will not teach you this. They will not come down and explain this thing for you. The difference between a currency pair, the movement is called a pip. Most mentors will not want to come and start teaching you all this. So please make sure you learn this well. Just you have to know that the simple way to do is just to minus your entry. The entry points minus the take profit will give you a pip. Your value, how many pips you are going. If you want to check for your SCL, your entry point minus your stop loss will also give you your stop loss number will give you what? Your SCL. That is just it. No big deal. So there is an automatic way to do it. You have tools here on the trading video to help you do that without calculating anything. I will make a video on that one as well. So that is all for the pips. Remember we talked about JPY pairs, right? Except the JPY pair, I made mention of that here. Except pairs with a pip is the 4th decimal place currency pair, except except pairs with JPY. So I'll explain why JPY pairs we don't regard it as the 4th place. So we regard JPY pairs, any pairs like USD JPY, JPP JPY, JPY NZD. We regard them as pairs. JPY pairs, how we calculate their pip is different. So we have to say that JPY pairs are pairs. JPY pairs, let me make it simpler. JPY pairs, the pip value is always the second number after the decimal. After the decimal. So this being that, so we have to give an example of that. So we're using what? Euro USD as an example of that. Example. So the example, when we say we're using a pair like USD pair, when we say USD JPY moves from let's use 100. I want a simpler number. Let me just use this number. So let me use 100.15. 100.15. So I want to know the difference. Let's say we increased. At this point, we are looking for an increase. We want to know how much did USD JPY increased from this to this is the P value, right? So we said this is the second decimal point. This is the second decimal point. Number after the decimal point. This is the second. This 10. So what we are just doing is this. We are just doing this is to this. Understand? We are just doing this minus this. This number minus this number. That is what we are just doing here. This number minus this number. That is what we are doing here. Good. This number minus this number. This number minus this number. So how many pips did it move? If you minus 10 from 15, just the simplest way, your answer should be giving you 5. So we moved 5. We increased to 5 pips. So that one is the second number, not the fourth number. We increase to 5 pips. 5 pip. So that is it for JPY pairs. Only pairs with JPY, we calculate them. We see their second number after the decimal as the pip. So that is how we calculate it. So if you're using sorry, if you're using sorry for that. If you're using a pair that has JPY, if you're trading a pair that has JPY, you have to calculate it in twos after the decimal number. The second number after the decimal number is your pip. That's how we calculate it. So your entry minus your target will give you how many pips you moved. Just look at the second number after the decimal, the two numbers after the decimal. That is how you find your pip value for that pair. So this is now clear. So a pipette, I will write what a pipette is. A pipette is the smallest unit, or the fifth unit after a currency pair. You can call it the fifth unit. Then for JPY pairs, they are the third unit, the third number after the decimal points. For pairs without JPY, they are the fourth. For pairs with JPY, they are the third. Or you can say a pipette is 10 points of a pip. That is how you can just say it. But all this is just for you to know the foundation of what a pip is. There are easier ways to calculate this, is so that you will not go somewhere tomorrow. They'll ask you, are you a trader? You say yes. Then they say, calculate a pip for me. You cannot calculate the pip. You'll be looking at people. But this now will help you calculate, will help you and teach you how to calculate the pip. So from here now, you have to just listen to this voice notes on and on again, understand what it says. Then you have to this is where the mathematics comes. But there are simpler ways to do it. The simplest way to do it, I will discuss it. You just use your ruler tool and do it. The simplest way, just use your ruler tool, or you use this thing here. This is a measure tool. This thing measures for you. So if you want to go from here to here, you look at this place that you will see where they wrote target here. This target now, this place where they write target now, waiting be be your pip value, 20 pips. So from here now, this place where when they write stop, if you look down the right side where they write stop, they don't calculate them for you already. So you don't need to calculate them again. Understand? Your target now 20. This thing now 6. If you look for that green side at the left hand side, you will see something like 2,081. They just calculated it for you and now give you 20. They now just give you 20. Did everything for you. So that is the easiest way to know to calculate it. But this is the manual way. The teachings are the manual way to do it, so that you will know what you are doing. But this one is just the easiest way. Just use your tools and calculate it. It will calculate it for you, how many pips you are getting. So that being that,